This is on Sunday, the 8th of January 2022, 2023. Uh, with the driving instructor and my mum's car this time, which I've been using that car for a while now, but it's never had the driving instructor on. It's usually I've been with his car. And I did the same things I normally do in his car, just in my mum's car, and it was. I wasn't doing things as good as I was doing them. I don't know if, like, I did a 3 point turn where I usually do a 3 point turn, and it just wasn't as good. I did reversing around a corner in a place that I haven't done it before, and I thought maybe it's just because I've never done it on that road before. So I went to the road I normally did it on, and I did it well, but not as good as I was doing it. I don't know. Although, as you could see when I was checking the date, that was yesterday, because I forgot to do yesterday's video. So it's still on Monday, the 9th of January 2023. Actually, yeah, I do need to mention English because it's relevant. This is incident 8. Yeah, 8. And the date is 9th. So, I need to mention English because this is relevant to the incident. We have a homework for Friday, which is part of it is researching newspapers from 1985 and 2006. So I tried to do research on 1985. I looked up, right, so 1985, because that's the time that The Handmaid's Tale was released. So I looked up what the author's favourite newspaper was. But it turns out she wrote a poem called, so something along the lines of, "Is it dangerous to read newspapers?" Which I would say yes from that title alone. But I read the poem and I like it. I like the poem. But I disagree with her reasoning of why it's dangerous. What I interpret from it is that she is saying that, you're sitting in your $1 million mansion, drinking expensive wine from before you were born, while reading the paper. Meanwhile, people are dying in third world countries or something like that. Yeah, but you reading the newspaper isn't what's making those people die. Well, but you're not. That's time you be spending actually doing something about it. Well, then it's dangerous to do literally anything that isn't saving people. Anyway, so I decided to do just pick a random newspaper that was liberal, The Guardian, which I know that media teachers say that The Guardian is right wing. They're not. So try to go through the archives of The Guardian, through the Guardian website. You need to pay however much money for it. Now, for other websites, try and get access to the archives. Also, we need to pay money. And I know I could have picked another newspaper and done the same thing, and maybe I would have got access to them, but it didn't work. Or sorry, what I mean is, I was too lazy. I decided to go on to 2006. But before I did that, I emailed the teacher to. Okay, sorry, for a second I thought that said 20 minutes. Emailed the teacher saying what had happened, my attempt. So I tried 2006, Cormac McCarthy released The Road. I know that McCarthy is a conservative because he hates liberals. So I looked his favorite newspaper. I got nothing. So I decided to use Fox News because really they're the only conservative. I don't even know if they do actual newspapers. I think they just do like TV news. But I tried to look for like articles and stuff from 2006. But the problem with their website is that you need to search by a keyword. So I searched things that I thought would have been relevant to The Road, which is McCarthy's book, like money, gun, Money, guns, drugs, nukes, war, terrorists, 9/11, Bush. I got like 4 results from those keywords, and not like I was typing them all up as one thing. I tried them all separately. Got like 2 articles about money, one about something else, and one about something else. So I decided to pick another conservative newspaper, the Washington. Let's say Washington Post. It's Washington Times, I think. And their archives is probably the worst. You have to pick either you can look at their newspapers from before 1982 or from their newspapers from 1982 to 2012. And so from 82 to 2012, they released they released, I think, 40,000 papers. I could be wrong, but I think that's it. 40,000 papers, and you can't just put 40,000 papers on one page. So you break it up into multiple pages. That's 1,000 pages. So I thought, oh, I'll just skip the page 1,000 and go down from there. You can't skip the pages. I would have to go to, let's say that what I'm looking for is on page 600. I would need to go to page 600, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not from 1 to 600. So, not doing that. I let the teacher know about both those things, and she put a private comment up, but I didn't see it. Then at lunch, she ran in and said, that I need to talk to her tomorrow when I come back from Moving Image about research and stuff. Am I in trouble? No. But I just kind of shaking the feeling that I'm in trouble because maybe I'm just whinging at her. I don't know. But like, she's gonna tell me I was researching. I thought I did fine research. Just the result, it wasn't my fault that I couldn't find it. Well, okay, except for not looking up the other papers for Atwood, but for McCarthy, I'd say I did fine. It's just that Fox and Washington Times suck at making websites, I guess. Anyway, after lunch, had media. I was telling Ginger about what had happened with the research, and the media teacher was passing by. When he was passing by, I was saying, so like, that was all about Atwood. So gave up, went to McCarthy. The media teacher thought I said his name. Is like, sorry, what? What, sir? He said his last name. Like, oh no, McCarthy. And then he said, like, basically to everyone in our class, basically, no talking shit about him. I wasn't even talking about him. I was talking about McCarthy. Then through a good bit of the lesson, he kept on reiterating that, stop talking shit about me. Then at like 2 o'clock, we had to leave, and I thought that there's no point in packing up because by the time the meeting is only on for like 20 minutes, by the time it's over, we will still have media. So I'm not going to pack up, and I saw everyone else packing. I was like, fuck. Okay, I'll pack up then. I don't even know why I'm mentioning this. It's not relevant. But I'll continue the story. Because what I was going to do is I got Handmaid's Tale in my bag and put it in my pocket, so all I need to do is only bring up my water and Handmaid's Tale, sit at the back and read, because it was in university talk. I'm not going to university, so fuck that Stranger Things spoilers up there. I know it's nearly been out for a year, but whatever. Went to the talk, and because it was already, I packed up, but terribly because I didn't want to be like. There's been a couple times where I've been the last person to leave the class, and it's embarrassing to be the last person to leave the class, and you're still nowhere near done packing up. So I didn't properly pack up. So went to mentor, reported the problem. She said I should speak to him, and if he's still being a dick, she'll talk to him. Then I went to the bathroom trying to for my water, but the water fountain isn't working. Excuse me. Actually, I'm going to mention this. Just in the middle of this part of the day. Start of the day. Break. Went to the bathroom. Took 20 minutes even to just get into the bathroom itself because the queue was so long. So I reported it to head of year, female head of year, who was like, I was going to pick my bag up because I left it where normally I'm at break because I didn't know I'd be 20 minutes. Female head of year went around that way. I reported the problem to her. She said to report it to the PE teacher. So I emailed the PE teacher. Are the sixth form bathrooms locked? He says not to his knowledge. I replied saying, female head of year told me you're the one who, I was going to say responsible, but, I decided not to because I didn't want it to seem like I was saying that he did something wrong, although I do believe that what the bathrooms being locked are wrong. But I don't remember how I reworded it. Oh, I said female head. I went to female head of year because I thought she would have been the person to go to, but she told me to go to you. And I think he responded, but I don't remember what he said, if he responded. Anyway, back to the incident. Or stuff that was relevant to the incident, but I'm just going to mention anyway. Because I packed up and had everything with me at study, I decided to do homework instead. And I tried doing, there was 5 parts to it. Did the first 2 parts, it was just writing. Third part was listen to this thing and write down notes. I can't hear it. I don't know if it's because of how loud study is, or maybe the audio quality is just crap, but I can't hear what the girl is saying. It's an episode of Late Night Women's Hour. But while I was doing homework, Jack came up to me and gave me the car by Arctic Monkeys. He did actually get the album. Problem is, I already own it. So, I'm going to make sure that the album is actually... I mean, it is new because, I had the foil around it, but I need to find a cable. Actually, I think I just found one. Hold on. This might not be one. Oh, never mind. That's a treadmill. Like wire for a treadmill. Just need the cable to plug in my CD player, check, see if it's working or not. Because if it's not working, even though it's not really Jack's fault, I'm not going to get him a present, but I don't want him to get me something and me not get him anything back, even though he told me not to get him anything. I was going to get him Chainsaw Man Volume 2, turns out he already owns it, and he wants to get new copies of Chainsaw Man instead of pre-owned copies, but I don't know. I'll think of something. Yeah. Talking about it, I thought, right. So, do we go back to class? Do we stay here? I'm just going to stay here. But then the male head here said everyone go back to class. I packed up, and by the time I packed up, the way the media teacher was talking when we were back in class was that he was there the entire time, but I thought he had just entered and was telling everyone to leave when I was already fucking leaving. Anyway, we came back to his class and did work for 10 minutes before class ended. There wasn't really any point in me going there because I was already doing the work. Just to waste my time. Like, I could have got more done if I didn't, had to go from study to his class, then from his class to study. But it was a good thing because at the end of it, I explained what happened to Sir, and this time he realized that I said McCarthy. So, even though the incident is resolved, which thank fuck, we still have 7 unresolved incidents from this year alone, it still does count as an incident because it still happened. I mean, I sort of predicted this would happen on Friday because I said, I was asked a couple questions in mentoring on Friday. One of them was, how well do you feel integrated in the school? And I said prefer not to comment on the sheet, but I said to the mentor that I feel discriminated against on a personal level, as in, it's not because of my race or my skin color or anything like that. It's just people hate me. So the students hate me with proof of Dylan and uninviting me from the driver's birthday. And I said that the teachers hate me, they just don't know it yet. Because on Friday, the teacher still liked me, and now he didn't, but now I don't know. Anyway, after school, I was going around the Dylan's house because he was that desperate for me to watch Attack on Titan. For some reason, they get the children's bus, like for arts, as like buses for the children and buses for the teenagers, I guess. But they get the children's bus for some reason. So it was me, Ginger, Dylan, and also 2 other people were with us, but they weren't coming to Dylan's house. They just get the same bus. So we went to, because the bus is a double decker, we went to the top deck at the very back. And when I was going up, one of the people behind me decided to sniff my ass. And also there was a child trying to talk to me. It was like, basically, do you have games on your phone? Started talking about My Singing Monsters. I was like, yeah, I have My Singing Monsters. I have a masterpiece of a song, and I went on YouTube and searched up the one of. I'll just play it. I played this. And then play that him, and I think he might have actually believed that I made that. Sorry, I'm pulling the card, but it must be fine. I still don't have the cable or anything, just so that when I get the cable, I'm ready. Actually, let me check to see if it's like in good condition, because I thought I saw a scratch or something, and there's a hair on it. Yeah, it seems fine. I would have played it in the car, but it wasn't working for some reason. I don't know. We've never actually used CDs in that car. We've had it for a couple of years, but I don't really use CDs in the car anymore. I would have just listened to music on my phone, but my data is low. Yeah. Ginger asked to see it, and I should have known that he would do this because he's done it before, but I showed it to him up close, and he took my phone, went on Instagram, and he posted a photo of us on my story, went to text a girl, but I don't know if he actually did text DM. Don't know if I actually did, so I put on my story. If I did anything inappropriate, it's because this man took my phone. I also voice messaged that girl saying same thing. So, get to his house, say hi to his mum and his dad, go upstairs, watch a couple episodes. Like, I think we watched 7. So we watched 2, got dinner while we were watching the third one, then we watched a couple. Then we took a break. It's like, okay, what do you guys want to play? Among Us, Tetris, WWE, something else. I said, you already know what I want to play. And he was like, nope, we're playing WWE, and I enjoyed it. Because Ginger doesn't really play WWE, but he still kicked Dylan's ass. Like, at least twice. Um, watched some more AOT. And that was it. Also, I saw his brother for the first time, and I always imagined his brother was not as tough as his brother actually looks.